Croeso channel Black Fluid. Welcome back to Cienie. Things are definitely happening in Sipnivo. What we find out as Marcus goes to ask some questions. Let's see. Bernard's bar is a lot calmer during the day, though it still has a few patrons. A cheap waitress who's probably standing in for Raymond is busy attending to a female customer. As I enter, the bright afternoon sun behind me casts a long shadow towards the two women. They both turn towards me. I wasn't planning on making a dramatic entrance, but... Welcome to Grub and Yejvech. Please have a seat. I'll take your order shortly. I choose to sit at the table next to the bar window. After a few moments, the waitress approaches the wooden pencil, poised inside the cusp of her right hand. Would you like to order? Excuse me, is Bernard around? Our boss should be here soon. Is it urgent? I can give him a call. No, it's fine. It can wait. I see. So, your order? I quickly look through the menu and order the first thing that catches my eye. Something simple. A kielbasa with fries should be good. Of course. And your drink? Just green tea with lemon. She scribbles everything down and heads off. I scan the surroundings for a no smoking sign while putting out a cigarette and lighting it. I have no idea how Bernard will react to me showing up here. As I smoke, I keep glancing around to make sure I don't miss him entering. As I finish my second cigarette, the waitress comes back with my order. Here you go, sir. After putting everything down on the table, she turns around to leave. Could I ask you something? Of course. Do you recognize this man? I place Camille's picture on the table. She bends down a little and squints her eyes. Her gaze is fixated on the photo, but for several moments she says nothing. I'm looking for him. He's been missing for the past few days. Yet as I observe her more closely, her pupils begin to dilate and her jaw tenses up, thick veins running down her neck, clearly visible. Miss? Hi, Are you alright? She mutters something under a shaky breath. Hey, it's alright. I'm sorry, please ask about him. I really don't know that much. I understand. You just seem very nervous. I'm sorry if I caused this. I'm trying to just do the right thing. I see. I really need to go back to work. Before you go, does Grub and Yejvech offer food delivery? No, we don't. Were you working the night the attack in the woods happened? Yes, the police already asked about that. The girl seems to be on the verge of breaking down. I may be pushing it too much. I see. No worries. I'm really sorry to bother you. Harassing my staff, old dog? Dara, there are fresh orders lining up. The voice echoes from the entrance like rolling thunder, a familiar voice. The waitress turns around without a word and heads off behind the bar. I see one of her co-workers glaring back at me. No, I wasn't. Marcus, they're already been grilled by the cops pretty harshly yesterday. A huge polar bear steps up in front of me, his belly protruding so much that it hits the side of the table. I stand up to greet him, but Bernard pushes me down by my shoulders back to my seat. No need to stand up. Let's chat. He slides into the seat opposite me, and his eyes meet mine with a cold yet familiar stare. The old bear takes off his glasses, places them on the table. Good to see you again. I wish I could say the same. You're rarely around on good business. You're not wrong, Bernard. There's something I need to ask you. Straight to it, eh? Well, I was hoping you'd change just a bit. Were you? A shame, really, but I get it. To teach an old dog new tricks, eh? Do you want some beer? No, not really. I'm driving. Don't be boring, Marcus. I won't be here long. Just a few questions. I'll humour you for old time's sake. He smirks, but his expression turns more serious when I point to the photo of Camille still on the table. Seen this guy? Only from the police's pictures of him. They interrogated us about him after the attack that happened nearby. Really spooked my workers, you know. Same way you did just now. Bernard tilts his head from left to right, stretches his neck until an audible crack is heard. His mother hired me to find him before she got attacked. Poor woman. Indeed. That's why I hope you can help me here, Bernard. Sure, pup. What do you want to know? Pup. I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. There are some food packages found in one of the abandoned houses related to the investigation. And they're from Gruber and the Edgeveg. So tell me. Food delivery? Oh, no. Too expensive our delivery service these days. Oh, I see. Well, if you stay in an abandoned house, once a month we cook a bit more and distribute the extra food to the local shelter. Besides, I prefer face-to-face interactions with my customers. Oh, I see. He smirks, looking around, admiring the decor around his bar. How easy is it to get that food package in? Well, I give them out when they order takeout or when they want to take the rest of their meal home. The customers tend to order too much, you know how it goes. So it's not that hard, I reckon, but usually you'd have to come here. Or work here. I don't like what you're insinuating, Marcus. If my nose is correct, the leftovers found were maybe 1 or 2 days old. I was on shift that day. Hard to say. The workers tend to cover each other's shifts without telling me first, sometimes. He chuckles after that statement. I simply nod and write everything down. I'll ask my workers. That'll be helpful. Can you write me the address of the shelter, just in case? Sure thing. I check my notes, finalising everything I've gathered so far. I think that's all. Sorry to bother your fine establishment. You're always welcome. We should crack a cold one together again at some point, pup. Maybe, when my hands aren't so full. Well, when will that be? Who knows at this point? And I hope you can catch a break in your case, for your own sake. I hope so too. The bear stands up, putting his glasses back on, while he talks to the waitress, while going on to the back. I finish my meal quickly. No point staying here any longer. I stand up and walk to the waitress, Daria, who stands behind the till. How much will it be? Our boss said it's on the house. I see. Well, thanks for the lovely meal, then. I'm sorry if I startled you with my questions. I was just doing my job. I understand. I was just shocked after the cops came up to us and interrogated me as if I were the suspect. I'm just here to help a mother find her lost son. Okay. Here's my card. Just call me if you remember anything or are ready to talk. I'll keep that in mind. Have a pleasant shift, Aria. I wonder what kind of questions the cops asked her that elicited such a panicked reaction. Or perhaps it was actually something else about Camille that triggered it. Although Mrs. Novak did say that her son didn't have many friends, nor people he spent time with. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. The waitress could have simply been terrified. Nothing more to it. The rabbit couple on the shelter are the leads to follow closer. I'll mull over that later. Gotta get back to the HQ, check on Igor, and follow up with the hospital for an update on Mrs. Novak. Maybe Tom and Raymond are having a bit more luck on their end. Given how close the first witness works in the cafe, I didn't have much time for a proper conversation with Raymond before we got to our destination. I'll have to get the details later. For now, Raymond has briefed me on the basics of his case, which is enough to ask some questions. The tiger follows behind as we enter the shop. There's nobody behind the till. No CCTV, just a convex mirror propped in one of the corners of the ceiling. I wonder if there's a camera in the area around the shop. Maybe we should call out to the owner. Raymond speaks in a hushed voice. I nod. Hello, is anyone here? Come in. Raymond and I exchange a look before approaching the counter. An old bison slowly comes out of their back, wearing a forester's uniform, a cap and a pair of glasses. He throws us a wide, warm smile, showing a few missing teeth. How can I help you, boys? Raymond looks at me, hesitant. I reciprocate the man's welcoming gesture with a smile. Sorry to bother you, sir. We're passing through town on our camping trip. Oh, that's great. Looking for camp supplies, tents, cords, fire starters. Where are you planning to camp, by the way? Well, we aren't sure yet. Somewhere nearby, maybe. Though my friend here is kind of scared. This big tiger? Scared? I doubt it. Oh, well, I hear there's been some missing people in the forest nearby. The old man gives us a hard stare. I guess you're not from around here. There's not much to it. Yes, it's probably people just running away from their own lives. Either way, it's been a while since any of that. Our woods are safe now. Safe, my ass. Either he doesn't know about Mrs. Novak's attack or he just really wants to sell us something. While omitting the gory details. I turn to Raymond and give him a discreet wink. We haven't discussed any signals, but I hope he knows to play along. Hey, certain. We did some research before coming. Yeah, the only major disappearance happened a while ago. How long? Maybe like a year or two. Some kids went missing. It's hard to remember all those runaways. Runaways? The bison raises his eyebrow, to which I return a cocky smile. Honestly, I just wanted some reassurance from my friend. That here was nothing. The old man chuckles, scratching the back of his neck as he leans closer and lowers his voice. Well, those kids did come here to stock up on supplies, just like you guys did. And they asked a lot of questions, like you did. And then they vanished. Like you will. Is what I imagined he'd say next. I look at him, trying to maintain his slightly crooked smile on my face, even though the way he said it makes it hard to do so. His words sounded mildly threatening. Oh, so they say. I'm sure they simply went on their merry way. You don't believe they disappeared? He continues to smile, his fingers tapping on the counter, the beat of the shop's music playing in the background. Who knows? They're a rowdy bunch. Wouldn't surprise me if they went their separate ways. They were arguing the whole time. Also yelling, too. Were they being rude to you, sir? One was. The Coco with reddish fur. He looked like the leader of the group. He's yelling at a female collie, saying that she cheated on him. I asked him to tone it down, he snapped back. Well, lucky we're nothing like those customers. Hope he didn't turn violent. Thank God it didn't come to that. This whole group did get uncomfortable. Then they left the shop and continued arguing outside. What for a group of friends on a camping trip you arguing about so much? That Koga fellow wanted to cancel the trip. Why was that? Don't tell me you're scared like Raymond over here. Because they didn't get permission to enter Cormino. That makes me frown. Cormino? Yeah, it's an old abandoned town a few miles from here. Sounds interesting. Sure is. That place is dangerous. The old buildings there could collapse at any moment. What about the other two? You said there were 4 of them. You sure do like to ask a lot of questions. Sorry, just curious. You know what they say about curious cats, eh? Okay, this guy's definitely trying to mess with me. But whatever, I'll just let it slide. The 2 left soon after. Female rabbit and a young male tiger. So they couldn't get the permission to enter and just left? Pretty much. That rabbit told me he's going to cancel the trip and head back to the university. I see. Again, you should ask a lot of questions. You're not some undercover journalist, eh? Nah, sorry, I'll stop bothering you about it. Well, you gonna buy anything then? Oh, of course. That's why we came here. So, you got any duct tape? Our tent got torn, so there's certain someone accidentally clawed it when you were sleeping. Absolutely. Let me check in the back. The old shopkeeper disappears between the shelves before coming back out with a roll of duct tape in his hand. I used a brief opportunity to whisper to Raymond if there's anything else we should ask before going. The tiger doesn't have time to respond. Right, anything else? Raymond averts his gaze, looking down as if to conceal his emotions. Yet the veins around his fists pop out as he clenches them tightly. Did the tiger say anything? The bison folds his arms and seems to be thinking to himself. Nothing much, really. They looked very sad the whole time. But he did get one thing before leaving. The shopkeeper grabs a keychain from a shelf filled with souvenir trinkets. You guys can have that one for free. There's loads more collecting dust in the pack. I pay for the duct tape, thanking him for the trinket. We finally step outside. Not bad. Aside from him acting out, though I think it's just old age catching up to him. The thing that stood out was that he immediately pointed out who the group leader was. Interesting enough to think about, but that comes later. We set out on a longer walk. The other witness lives on the outskirts of town. Raymond's been silent for a while. I gave him the keychain from the shop and he's been staring at it from time to time. I'm sure he has a lot on his mind right now. It must have been hard for him, listening to all that. Hey, want to have a rest at the playground for a bit? My knees are killing me. I can. We each sit on an empty swing. The joyful shouts of children echo through the chilly autumn breeze as they run around playing tag. Raymond takes a deep breath before slowly exhaling as he fiddles with the keychain. You holding up okay? Yeah. Raymond lifts his head and smiles. You were good at talking just now. Just years of experience in the field of lying, I suppose. Nothing to be proud of, really, but it helps. A very useful skill in your line of work. As a cashier. Well, I meant... I know, I'm just teasing. After we both chuckle, there's a momentary silence. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. What was your brother like? Mugget, well... Yeah, I know you struggled to listen to what their old man was saying about your brother. So I thought maybe you can tell me more about him. I don't really know where to start. Well, don't know really. I guess I'm just still curious how you ended up all the way in Poland. Okay, Raymond closes his eyes. You got a full scholarship by the Malaysian government after being the top 50 scorers of the National High School Leaving Exam. Damn, bet you're really proud of him. Raymond tugs the end of his coat while biting his cheeks. His expression is oddly pained. Actually, I resented him a bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to... don't worry, it's a brother I'm proud, you know, but whenever we balik kampong on Hari Raya, our relatives only talk about him, and I kept getting compared to him. I mean to say... We were quite close when we were young, before all that. My parents worked at a hawker centre in Kuching, serving special Sarawakian laksa. That place was so damn popular. People always came to eat there. So my parents worked till late at night. Since I was the eldest, I had to take care of my little attic. I learned to cook for my father and cooked for my brother when our parents weren't at home. I see, no wonder you're so good at it. Raymond chuckles. A tiny smile curves up from the corner of his mouth. Well, like I said, Margaret was very brilliant, you know, always getting straight A's in exams. and I guess I felt like I wasn't measuring up anymore. So, in the end, I chose to move away from my family and flew to Kuala Lumpur to work as a kitchen apprentice. Mugg had still tried to keep in touch with me, but I was selfish. I simply wanted to distance myself from them. Raymond stops talking to wipe his eyes. One day I got a phone call from my father. I heard my mother sobbing in the background when he said the Mugg had disappeared. And then suddenly, I felt so guilty for leaving. I just had to find him. Raymond clears his throat. Oh, sorry, I seem to have started rambling. You didn't ask about any of this. No, that's fine. I really hope your brother is all right somewhere. I fall silent, letting the tiger gather himself while I gaze silently at the playground. I know how that feels. What do you mean? Just that something similar happened to me, I guess. Oh, tell me. It's just, I also lost someone close to me, and I'm doing my best to find out what happened to them. It feels like even the people closest to me want to keep secrets about it. Raymond gazes at me, clearly waiting for me to elaborate. I sigh. It's weirdly difficult to talk about it, even after Raymond opened up about why he's here. It's my mother. She was a detective, you see. She was investigating some disappearances, kind of like we are right now. Ah. Yeah, she was the best detective ever before she... Actually, never mind that. We should get going. I get up quickly as the tiger shoots me a surprised look. In the end, he follows suit. I feel a little guilty for cutting the conversation off so abruptly. But something inside me didn't want to say the words that are about to come out of my mouth. I glance at my phone. Is it Marcus? Nah, just my dad. It's not important. Okay. How are your legs? Still painful? Nah, they're good now. Let's go. At about 10 more minutes, we arrive at Mickiewicza Street. This one might be easy, especially since we're already acquainted with the witness. I think we'll just deal with him with a straight-up approach. You sure he'll speak? We know each other, so probably. Okay, and your call then. A ginger male tabby in his 20s is wiping the sweat off his brows as he rakes the fallen red leaves into a huge heap. Hey there, Martin. He stabs the ground with the rake he's holding and supports his weight on it, barely glancing our direction. Whatever it is, I'm kind of busy right now, as you can see. Then his eyes meet mine. Oh, Tomek, I haven't seen you in a long while. I was in uni. Oh, damn, that's amazing. What were you studying? Oh, law. Went on to become a private detective. I show him Mom's PI license, making sure my finger covers her first name and a bit of a photo. Yeah, that's awesome, bro. You could put a bit more effort into looking like one. Not all detectives wear a trench coat, you know. He begins to laugh before abruptly cutting himself off. Yeah, sorry about what happened to your mom, by the way. Thank you. So, what do you want from me? That is a social call. And who is this? You point to Raymond. Just a friend tagging along. Nice. What's that in all detective books? He's your sidekick. Not exactly. Anyway, I'm here about a case. A case? The 4 students who went missing after coming here on a camping trip. They visited the gas station you worked at during that time. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was quite a while ago. Based on the police report, you told me you saw the group leaving town? Yeah, I was working inside when they left the station. Can you describe what happened? I don't know, bro. The day went as usual. Cars came in droves to get the tanks filled. Traffic on the highway nearby was heavy too. That was when the two of them came inside. Which ones? There's a young female rabbit and a male tiger. What about the other two? Oh yeah, a male cougar and a female collie? They're outside by the car. Can you describe them a bit more for me? Yeah, just your typical jock type. Brown fur. The collie was pretty, I guess, but not that special in appearance. What are they up to? They've been each other's throats since they arrived at the gas station. The collie accused the cougar of cheating on her and slapped him. Was that what you actually heard from her? Yeah. Anyway, that rabbit just said their trip was a disaster and they're going back home. Did the tiger say anything? Yeah, that's our directions back to Warsaw. It seemed like the cheeriest one in the bunch. Oh, I see. Well, thanks for your help. Yeah, sure thing. We'll leave you to own devices. Have a good one. I nod as we both step off of his lawn and begin walking on the pavement. So, how do you think this all went? Well, we've got the statements, so I have a feeling there were some inconsistencies. Something's amiss. I feel that also. Raymond frowns. Hey, want to head back to Gruber and the Edge Fetch for some food? We can discuss more about it there. I can. This walking early made me damn hungry. Ah, look, there's a bus coming. Sweet, just in time. David's car is no longer a Gruber and Edge Fetch. Guess he picked it up sometime yesterday. I looked towards the woods with unease. The whole thing was so close to here. I expected few people to be keen on coming here after what happened. But it's as packed as the other day. Raymond and I sit at the table nearest to the entrance. He stretches his arms and grabs the menu from the wall file holder, then props it up between his face and mine. I can only see his gaze scanning the text on the menu with steady horizontal sweeps, where he looks at me, a bright glint in his eyes. So, what do you want to eat? Maybe something warm, like rosu. Oh, nice. I have that one also. He puts the menu back into the file holder and heads towards the counter. After exchanging a few words with the worker behind it, he returns. My phone keeps buzzing. I'm not even interested in checking. Whether it's Marcus or Dad, they deserve some silent treatment. That's what I've been getting after all. Right, orders placed. Sweet. I take out the notes Marcus gave me and add all the things we learned from the conversations earlier. So, let's investigate the inconsistencies from the statements. The first witness said his fur was red. The second one said it was brown. Yeah, you're correct. Then brown is just a different shade of red. Maybe you saw him in different lighting. Perhaps. What else is there? I think the second witness couldn't have heard the cougar and collie arguing, but I'm not sure why. Right, he was inside the shop when they were arguing. You mentioned how busy the day was and the heavy traffic from the highway. Yeah, nice, Tom. But wait, if he didn't hear what they were arguing about, how can both witnesses' statements mention the same thing about the cougar-collie couple? It's not exactly the same. There's one major difference from both statements. The first witness said it's the collie who was accused of cheating. The second witness said it was the cougar. Yeah, which one was it actually? No idea. But they did talk about the same thing. How could that be? Either one of them got it wrong, or they're lying, because it's way too similar in what they recalled. There's also one inconsistency I realised. What is it? How did they describe my brother? The bison said my brother looked sad, but the tabby from the gas station said he was the cheeriest of the bunch. Maybe he thought of something that cheered him up on the way there. Could be. Raymond sighs as he twiddles with the keychain. We'll pick it up later. Our orders are here. Raymond, my boy, I was worried you were going to skip work completely today. Hello, Bernard. I don't know yet. Got something to deal with, sadly. Bernard nods, smiling, then turns to me as he places our order on the table. Well, if it isn't the troublemaker himself. Hey, old man. How you doing, my boy? I'm alright. Actually, Bernard, now that you're here, I was wondering if Otto has talked to you yet. No. Why? Well, he wanted to talk to you about something. I suppose work has been keeping him busy. I could call him right now. I don't know if I should have said anything. He made it clear he wanted to meet you face to face. Was my nephew in trouble? Fine. I'll give him a call later. Thanks, kid. No problem. Right, I'll let you boys enjoy your food. Raymond, hope you'll be back at work tomorrow, because people keep asking about your dishes. And you're the only one who knows how to make them well. I won't disappoint you, boss. Atta boy. Bernard lifts himself from the bench and starts walking towards the workers-only door. Thanks. Let's dig in. Raymond blows the hot soup before slurping it down. This reminds me of Soto Ayum back home. Very comforting. I can see old Bernard peeking at us from time to time. Raymond stops talking suddenly as I feel a hand land on my shoulder. Little devil, I knew you'd hit on poor Mr. Bartender. What's with the glare? I say how I see it. He's such a sneaky cat, isn't he? David, you're making a scene. Hey, kitty, mind if we sit down? I glance at Raymond. The tiger gazes at the two hyenas with an amiable smile. Sure, I guess. Aliash sits next to me. David sneers at him for sitting next to Raymond, who moves his chair to make space for the hyena. Oh God, I just hope David doesn't embarrass me again. At least it's Aliash to keep him grounded. So, who's your new friend? Oh, right, Aliash. This is Raymond. Raymond's my friend Aliash. You already know David. Nice to meet you, Aliash. I also work here, but I'm taking the day off. Nice to meet you too, Raymond. You can just call me Ali. Aliash smiles as they both extend their arms and shake hands. What are you both doing here? Well... He wanted to talk about Mom's house. I said no. And I offered food, and he said yes. There was more to it, but sure, let's go with that. Wow, you really sold yourself cheap. Then you also agree to the same terms? You got me there. I suppose that's the only way to stomach my little brother. True. Hey, I'm here, you know. Okay. Sure. We both ignore David's remarks. I can just sip on my rosu. David pokes at Raymond and they start talking. Aliash turns to me and whispers, So, is David right? We interrupted a date here. Just say the word and I'll drag David away. Far from it. Shame. Why? You sounded kind of lonely the last time we talked. I narrow my eyes at him. Don't know what he's implying, but it's frustrating to think I'd go on a date with someone just because I'm feeling lonely. Even if it were, can't I just simply meet and spend time with one of my friends? Aliash stares at me, his eyebrows drawing together, as if he were wrestling with my situation. Humph, I'm fine. Very well, I believe you. Hey, what are you guys on about? You. Well, what did I do now? Who knows? Aliash smirks and David slouches in his seat. Well, we should order something. Well, I'll let you do that for me. Let's see if you still remember your brother's favourite dish. David just gapes at Aliash. That's not fair. Your taste can change with age. I'm sure you can figure it out, little bro. Alright, I'm order something just to spite you. I'm sure it'll be good. Just trust your nose. What's all this about? I just pawned in is all. Yeah, I can see that. Oh yeah. Tom, are you free tomorrow? Hey, I wanted to ask that. Too slow. What's going on? I'm going to our parents' old house. David and I want to go through our old stuff. We could play some games, have some beers, eat some German snacks. German snacks? I'm the German snack. As I give David a stare, an audible groan escapes Aliash. That's... yuck. Yeah, I'll pass on the snacks too. Wow. Seriously, got a fridge full of German sweets and snacks. Okay, why though? That's to bribe us into visiting him. No, it's just for me. Huh, so you wouldn't share? I mean, I'd share them with you. Oh, Raymond, you're invited too if you want. Tom's friends are my friends after all, right, David? Sure. It's okay, la. I don't want to intrude. Come on, it'll be fun. See, first, la, I can't have work tomorrow. I'm feeling kind of out of place. Don't worry, Raymond. How crazy David is, everyone is out of place. Hey! To be honest, I'm not even sure I'm coming myself. That's cool. Just text me if you both change your mind. I can pick you up. Aliash plucks a sheet of napkin from the napkin holder and scribbles down his number. Passes it to Raymond. Raymond accepts it with open palms and gentle eyes. I just hope Raymond takes this for what it is. Aliash simply being friendly and not the weirdo like his brother is. I don't know how I feel about this invitation anyway. Ali is good company. We do have a lot to discuss now that David has suddenly crashed back into our lives. As for David himself, I'm not sure if I'm down for any casual hangout at the moment. Dinner the other day was, after all, just so I could get an explanation out of him. An explanation didn't leave me all that satisfied. Anyway, sorry for cutting this short, but I've got work to do. Detective or a cashier? The convenience store is closed by now. I see. I wish I could help, but I don't have a detective brain like you do. You can help by keeping your brother from disturbing me and Raymond anymore. David pouts his lips from the other side of the table. Ignoring him, I check the notes I've made so far. We learned a lot today, but still unsatisfactory. For instance, why was the first witness so confident that Magat and his friends cancelled their trip? What if they decided to change their mind and check out Comino anyway? It's not like the lack of permits to get many people out. Some of the present company included. Plus the second witness wasn't as reliable, given such glaring inconsistency in his statement. And the cops could only trace their steps up until the gas station. They can't even establish that the group evidently left town back to the university. They couldn't even trace the car they drove passing through any major routes out of Sipnivo. No witnesses, no footage caught by traffic cameras at any road exits. How is that possible? It's a conundrum that sits deep inside my brain, like an itch that's difficult to scratch away. Although... Hey, David. Yeah? Your car's doing fine, right? Yeah? So you can give us a ride then? It's only at sundown, we should get there in under half an hour. Half an hour? I mean, the tank is still full, but where to? Ignoring his question, I fold the notes and put them all in my pocket, and give everyone at the table a grin. So, you guys want to help me out with the lead on a case? I don't like the sound of that. Sounds fun. Tell us more. And that's where we're going to leave it for now. You can't quite tell, I'm still suffer from this cold or whatever it is. It's definitely making it more difficult to keep talking, which is fun given my job. So I'm going to leave this here, and I know the next section, it's not really a good break. I want to do that in one go, and I can't keep going that long. So in the next episode, we will find out where they're headed to. And of course, you like me and you've read it already, you know exactly where they're going to. But we'll find out in the next episode of Cienie, which might actually be in December. I'm going to try and fit the occasional extra video in around the holidays. So we'll see what we can do with that. That is for December. For next weekend, we have Polar Night. It just got an update, which I read through the other day. Oh, this is a good one. And that will be next weekend. I would have done it for this video you're watching, but it's quite a long one. With all the female characters in there, I would have not made it all the way through. My voice would have given up completely. So I'm giving myself a bit longer to recover before I do that, but that's definitely next weekend. And then I know we have Tennis Ace this month. And I don't remember the other one was because I've been moving things around quite a bit with all these new updates coming. But you have that. We're back to After Class, Parker's Route in December. We have some more Spectrum of Hybrids then as well. And other stuff which I haven't quite yet planned. It's only the start of November after all. So that's the plan going ahead. I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into Cienie here. Always one I enjoy doing. And before I go, as always, want to say thanks to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. You're part of the reason, or the main part of the reason why I don't actually have ads on this channel. I don't monetize anything I do on here, but you help support me, which I'm very grateful for. I always want to give a special mention to my top patrons: Omar, Rafu, Spiderlinks, Muto, Tiger Cup, Ara Amaterasu, Alan Mayer, Greylock, Hyper Defined, Lark Huskerton, Graces Yevon, Matt Kenya, Kartek, Evan King, Harvest Mouse Productions, Grizz, Exact, Dissonance, Cobus Visser, Brian Hall, Bieker, Bastian, Aaron Fox, and Andy Peng. Special thanks to all of you for supporting me, and of course some of you I support as well. It's just how it goes sometimes. But I will see you in the Arctic next weekend for Polar Night. But for now, we're going to leave Poland. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.